The birth of the Green Bay Packers. How a small town built a football legend in 1919, Green Bay, Wisconsin, was a bustling industrial hub of 31,000. Its skyline punctuated by the smokestacks of paper mills and the sprawling meatpacking plants that drove its economy. Nestled along the Fox River, its working-class city was better known for its canned meats than its cultural contributions. Yet in the cramped editorial room of the Green Bay Press-Gazette, a vision took shape that would transform Green Bay into a cornerstone of American sports history, the founding of the Green Bay Packers. Driven by the ambition of a young football prodigy, promotional savvy of a local newsman, and the unexpected backing of a meatpacking company, the Packers' creation was a triumph of community spirit and small-town grit. The spark, Curly Lambeau's dream at the heart of the Packers' origin was Earl Curly Lambeau, a 21-year-old Green Bay native whose passion for football burned brighter than his day job as a shipping clerk. Born in 1898, Lambeau had been a standout at Green Bay East High School, captaining the football team to a state championship in 1917. His talent earned him a spot at Notre Dame in 1918, where he played under the legendary Knute Rockne, absorbing innovative strategies like the forward pass, a tactic still rare in the rough-and-tumble football of the era. But a bout of tonsillitis cut his college career short, forcing him back to Green Bay by early 1919. Restless in his clerical role at the Indian Packing Company, a local firm canning meat for the U.S. Army, Lambeau saw an opportunity. Green Bay had a deep football tradition, with fierce high school rivalries between East and West drawing crowds of thousands. Semi-professional teams had flickered in and out of existence, but none had captured the city's imagination. Lambeau believed a well-organized team, backed by local pride, could succeed where others had faltered. His vision was bold for a city of Green Bay's size, a competitive squad to challenge teams across Wisconsin and the Midwest, a partner in promotion. George Whitney Calhoun. Lambeau found a crucial ally in George Whitney Calhoun, the wiry chain-smoking sports editor of the Green Bay Press-Gazette. Born in 1890, Calhoun was a Green Bay institution, known for his sharp wit and relentless boosterism. As a young man, he'd helped organize local baseball and football games. And by 1919, his sports pages were a lifeline for fans craving coverage of regional athletics. Calhoun saw in Lambeau's plan a chance to elevate Green Bay's profile and fill his columns with homegrown drama. On August 11, 1919, Lambeau and Calhoun convened a meeting at the Press-Gazette's second-floor offices on Cherry Street. Word spread through Green Bay's taverns, factories, and barbershops, drawing a small but eager crowd of players, former high school teammates, and curious locals. Lambeau, broad-shouldered and charismatic, laid out his plan: a semi-professional team to play Sunday games at Hagemeister Park, a public field with no stands but ample space for spectators. The team would face regional opponents from nearby Marinette to larger cities like Racine and Sheboygan. Calhoun, pacing the room with a cigarette in hand, pledged to promote the team through the Press-Gazette, printing rosters, game previews, and recaps to drum up crowds. The Indian Packing Company's crucial role, the biggest obstacle, was funding. Football in 1919 was a rugged, low-budget affair, but uniforms, equipment, and travel costs required capital. Lambeau turned to his employer, the Indian Packing Company, one of Green Bay's largest businesses. Founded in 1912, the company had thrived during World War I, supplying canned meat to Allied forces. Its president, Frank Peck, was a civic-minded businessman open to community projects. Lambeau pitched the idea of a company-sponsored team, and Peck agreed, providing $500 equivalent to about $8,000 today for uniforms, leather helmets, and basic pads. In return, the team would carry the company's name, christened the Indian Packers. The sponsorship was a game-changer. The $500 outfitted the team in green jerseys with gold lettering, modest but professional for the time. It also lent the team legitimacy, aligning it with a respected local employer. Calhoun, ever the wordsmith, began referring to the team as the Green Bay Packers in his columns, a name that quickly stuck. The Indian Packing Company's involvement was more than financial. It symbolized Green Bay's industrial identity, tying the team to the city's working-class ethos. Building the team. Local talent and Lambeau's leadership, the Packers roster was a patchwork of local grit. Players were drawn from Green Bay's mills, factories, and offices, many having played under Lambeau at East or West High School. They included names like Nate Abrams, a speedy halfback, and Henry Tubby Barrow, a bruising lineman. Most held day jobs, some at the Indian Packing Company itself, and played for pride, with winnings often $10, $20 per game split among them. Lambeau served as both captain and coach, instilling discipline and introducing Notre Dame-inspired plays, including short passes and misdirection runs, which baffled opponents accustomed to smash-mouth football. Practices began in late August 1919 at Hagemeister Park, a grassy lot near the Fox River. The field, marked with chalk and roped off from spectators, was far from glamorous, but the players' enthusiasm was palpable. Lambeau drilled the team relentlessly, blending his high school veterans with newer recruits. Calhoun, meanwhile, worked the Press-Gazette's presses, hyping the team's debut and nicknaming them the Bays or the Packers to build local buzz. The first season, dominant debut on September 14, 1919, the Green Bay Packers took the field for their first game, a lopsided 53-0 victory over the Menominee North End Athletic Club. About 700 fans lined Hagemeister Park, standing along the sidelines or perched on nearby hills. Admission was free, but Calhoun passed a hat, collecting a few dollars to offset costs. The Packers' dominance was no fluke. Their 1919 season was a juggernaut, finishing 10-1 with a staggering 565 to 12-point differential. Their sole loss, a 6-0 defeat to Beloit, stung but didn't dim their shine. Games against teams from Marinette, Sheboygan, and Racine drew crowds of up to 1,200. With local businesses chipping in to cover travel and equipment, the Packers' success transcended the scoreboard. In a city overshadowed by Milwaukee and Chicago, the team became a rallying point. Green Bay's residents, meatpackers, millworkers, shopkeepers saw the Packers as their own, a symbol of defiance against bigger cities. Calhoun's vivid game reports, often laced with hyperbole, fueled the fervor, describing Lambeau's runs or Barrow's tackles in heroic terms. The Press-Gazette's circulation spiked on Mondays. As fans devoured post-game recaps, challenges, and consolidation by 1920, the Packers faced growing pains. The Indian Packing Company was acquired by the Acme Packing Company, which briefly continued the sponsorship but focused less on community projects. Its rising costs for travel and equipment strained the team's finances, and competition from other semi-pro teams intensified. To ensure stability, Lambeau and Calhoun incorporated the Green Bay Football Corporation in August 1920. Selling shares to local businesses and fans for $5 each, this community-driven model, unprecedented for its time, rooted the Packers in Green Bay's fabric, foreshadowing their unique public ownership structure. The defining leap came in 1921, when Lambeau secured a franchise in the American Professional Football Association, APFA, its precursor to the NFL. On August 27, 1921, at a league meeting in Chicago, he paid a $50 fee to join teams from Canton, Chicago, and Akron, the Packers. First, a PFA season yielded a 3-1 record against league foes, a respectable debut for a small-town team. But financial woes persisted. Lambeau's use of college players under assumed names common in the year led to a brief expulsion from the APFA. Undeterred, secured reinstatement in 1922, moving the team to Bellevue Park and adopting blue and gold uniforms, aligning with Green Bay's civic colors, a legacy forged in community, the Green Bay Packers. Founding was a confluence of Lambeau's vision, Calhoun's promotion, and the Indian Packing Company's seed money, but its staying power came from Green Bay's people. In a city of calloused hands and long winters, Packers gave residents something to cheer for, a shared identity that transcended class or creed. From their first game at Hagemeister Park to their NFL entry, the Packers defied the odds, proving a small town could compete on a national stage. By 1922, The team was a fixture in Green Bay, drawing thousands to games and inspiring rivalries that still echo today. The Packers' early years were marked by Resilient's financial struggles, muddy fields and all. Lambeau's leadership, Calhoun's pen, and a community's unwavering support turned a newsroom dream into a cornerstone of American sports. Over a century later, the Green Bay Packers remain a testament to what a small town can achieve when it dares to dream big.